after Bibi Maryam and those to be born even after that. Indeed, Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam thereupon reminded the questioner. I've dealt with them all, haven't I? Yes. Well, you can keep them then. I have dealt with them. Oh, these are new ones. Oh, these are not on the subject. I see. So this is why they were kept behind. Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam reminds that questioner of another hadith of the Holy Prophet, which said that Fatima Sayyidati Nisa'i Ahlil Jannah, that Bibi Fatema to Zahra alayhi salam will be the leader of all those who will go to Jannah. The words of Quran in respect of Maryam are that she will be the leader of all the ladies of the world. But insofar as leadership of Jannah goes, and I say this because I'm reminded that Ayat Tathir does not talk of leadership, it does not, but the hadith of the sixth Imam alayhi salam specifically reminds one of the hadith of the Holy Prophet. And that hadith of the Holy Prophet is reported in Sunnite sources also, which says that she will be the leader of all the ladies who will go to Jannah. Now this is a question on hermaphrodites. Can either be male or female, but from this apparent, how can you distinguish them? Well, it is because you cannot distinguish them apparently that the question arises at all. We are not able to make them out until we apply those tests that Imam Hassan alayhi salam has taught. And so that is the way in which one can come to know exactly what is the sex of that particular person. Now here is another relevant question. We continue till 10 because doctor has reserved time for questions on HIV. How does a 5-year-old Masoom child differ from the 5-year-old grandson of the Prophet? Well, is it because of superior genes, or was it the process of evolution that had reached higher planes? No, it is not the process of evolution at all. And it is not primarily a question of genes. When Allah creates a Hujjatullah, when He sends to earth someone who will be His representative, He is vested with knowledge from birth. And hence the Holy Prophet said, Saghiruna Kabiruna Sawa. Of us, the Ahlul Bayt, the children amongst us and the elders amongst us are at the same plane, are at the same level. He meant level of knowledge, level of piety. Now, one finds proof of that in Quran, that when Nabi Isa alayhi salam, for example, is born, it became crucial. The prophets, when they are born, those who are to be the representatives of Allah on earth are born with knowledge. But it was not crucial at the point in time to discover it. We have ahadith, for example, which say that Imam Ali alayhi salam recited Tawrat and Injil at the time of birth to the Holy Prophet. But that remains a matter of hadith. Quran sets it out in the matter of Nabi Isa alayhi salam, because when Nabi Isa alayhi salam was born, he was born in a way which Allah wanted to set forth as a method which would shake the world of the time and would make this wonder, make people remember Allah and make people follow Allah. But the danger in it immediately was that they would turn around and criticize Bibi Maryam and say that she was an unchaste woman because she gave birth to a child without being married to any known person. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala resolved that completely by creating a situation in which when Nabi Isa alayhi salam is born, Bibi Maryam is told by Allah not to speak at all, to have a fast of words. So she was not speaking at all. And when she brought this child to the Jews, to the Israelites, they turned around to her and said, Ya ukhti Harun, ma abuki imrata sawin wala ummiki baghiya. Your father was not an evil person, nor was your mother unchaste. And she says, فَأَشَارَتْ إِلَيْهِ, she points out towards the child, and they turn around and to her and say, كَيْفَ نُكَلِّمُ وَمَنْ كَانَ فِي الْمَهْدِ صَبِيًّا. Why do you point to the child? How do we talk to this child? This is a little child, we can't talk to him. And that child immediately gives the answer. He says, أَنَا عَبْدُ اللَّهِ آتَانِيَ الْكِتَابِ وَجَعَلَنِي نَبِيًّا. That is just the first part of his complete speech that Nabi Isa alayhi salam presented on that occasion, culminating in Quran with the words, هَذَا عِيسَى ibn Maryam. Allah proudly says, that is the Isa bint Maryam that I have caused to be born in this way. But the significant words with which he starts says, Ana Abdullah, I am not an ill-gotten fellow. I am not a person born illegitimately. I am a slave of Allah, a pious slave of Allah. And Abdullah atani al-kitab, and he has given me a book. So I have come here really to reveal and to read over the book of Allah to you. It is not a joke. It's a matter of that seriousness, that the whole book has been given to me, and I will reveal the book to you. وَجَعَلَنِي نَبِيًّا, and he has appointed me a prophet to come and deliver that book to you. So one sees that these personalities who from childhood are born with various kinds of capacities, with vast knowledge which Allah bestows upon them in this manner. And hence you find a child of 5 years so brilliant that the Holy Prophet, when confronted with a question, turns round to Imam Hassan alayhi salam and says, "Oh my son, you answer this question." And Imam Hassan alayhi salam, at a youthful age, answers that question. We have the glorious example, which inshallah, if Allah will, we shall discuss in these sittings in a few years to come, how the 9th Imam alayhi salam, child of 9 years, and when Ma'mun bin Rashid calls him over in the court, the courtiers turn around to Ma'mun and say, "What is this? What are you doing? This is a child 9 years old. You cannot give your daughter to him. You cannot give the kind of importance and elevation that you are giving to him." And Ma'mun bin Rashid says, "Don't regard him as a child of 9 years. He is from the Ahlul Bayt." We keep saying to Ma'mun, "I wish you meant those words. Those words you knew were true. I wish you realized that and abdicated in his favor straight away." But he certainly told them the truth and was sure of what he was saying. For the moment they said, "Oh no, these are just your imaginations," he said, "All right, call the best of you, the most learned of you." And the Chief Justice is called, Ibn Aktham. Ibn Aktham is called, who was then the Chief Justice of Ma'mun. And inshallah we should go through this in some detail when we come to discussing the life of the 9th Imam alayhi salam, and to prove his imamah. He provides answers, and he puts questions to the Chief Justice that baffles him. That totally baffles him. And the world, that world of that time, came to know so clearly and so positively what knowledge a little child, 9 years old perhaps at that time, only 4 years more than the age the questioner has in mind, can present to the world. More relevant to from children. When was Imam Hassan alayhi salam killed, and where was he buried? Now I think both of those questions are capable of very definite answers. Some researchers have withheld their hand, but most historians, both Sunnite and Shiite, agree that Imam Hassan alayhi salam was killed by being poisoned by Muawiyah. The name of one of the wives of Imam Hassan alayhi salam that I took as sure wife of Imam Hassan alayhi salam was Ju'ada binti Ash'ath bin Qais. She was one of the earlier ones whom Imam Hassan alayhi salam had married, and she had no children. She was used by Muawiyah because they were related. Indeed, it is said that Ash'ath bin Qais was himself involved in the murder of Imam Ali alayhi salam. And then this daughter Ja'da was involved in poisoning Imam Hassan alayhi salam. And Ash'ath's son Muhammad was involved in killing Imam Hussein alayhi salam in Karbala. So that was a complete family that was out to kill the family of the Holy Prophet. Ja'da was sent 100,000 dirhams by Muawiyah, and a poison which it is said was sent specially from Rome for Muawiyah in order to kill Imam Hassan alayhi salam. Imam Hassan alayhi salam had been poisoned on a number of occasions. But he prayed to Allah and was cured. This was poison of a type from which Imam Hassan alayhi salam did not recover at all. We can go to Messiah perhaps from this. Imam Hassan alayhi salam did not recover from this particular poison at all. Not only was it a very expensive poison, it was just a killer poison. The second question, which I'm glad I read, is connected to this question. This is from a child. It says, for what purpose was Imam Hassan alayhi salam poisoned by his wife? So relevant to connect them because it is part of the same narration. Why did Muawiyah do this? Why did he send this poison to Ja'da? The answer to that is that 10 years after that purported settlement between Muawiyah and Imam Hassan alayhi salam, Muawiyah thought the stage had come when he should now nominate Yazid to be his successor. But you remember, one of the terms was that he was not competent to do so. And he knew too well, time having passed, that if he did make an attempt of that nature, Imam Hassan alayhi salam would oppose it and would say this is in flagrant violation of the treaty that we made, and we do not accept Yazid as a successor. So Muawiyah thought it was best to get Imam Hassan alayhi salam out of the way. And after Imam Hassan alayhi salam would be out of the way, he would deal with Imam Hussein alayhi salam. In reality, that effort was made. Successive efforts were made. Muawiyah even traveled from Damascus to Medina to meet dignitaries. And he met Imam Hussein alayhi salam too. And Imam Hussein alayhi salam totally refused to make bay'ah of Yazid, totally refused even to accept the notion that Yazid would succeed Muawiyah. And so, to take the first step, that is to get Imam Hassan alayhi salam out of the way, Muawiyah decided that the answer was to poison him. And the person he could use to poison was a person within the family, and that was Ja'da. Ja'da was sent 100,000 dirhams. But perhaps that 100,000 dirhams was not the main attraction to Ja'da. What was the main attraction was the second promise that Muawiyah made. And the second promise was that he would marry Ja'da to his son Yazid. Now, the anticipation of being the Caliph's wife. And so Ja'da agreed to take part in this particular mission. And she agreed that she would take this particular responsibility. That was in the 50th year after Hijrah. So I answered the question, when was Imam Hassan alayhi salam killed? And the final question is, where was he buried? And that is a matter of a great masa'ib of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. Because what happened was that when Imam Hassan alayhi salam was poisoned in this way, and he called people of the family, it became known that Ja'da was the person who poisoned Imam Hassan alayhi salam. Indeed, as you have always heard, that poison was so severe that Imam Hassan alayhi salam complained to Imam Hussein alayhi salam that it cut his livers. And when Imam Hassan alayhi salam vomited after that particular poisoning, he indeed vomited pieces of liver from his liver. And these pieces remained there for Imam Hussein alayhi salam to know. Imam Hussein alayhi salam immediately insisted on knowing who the killer was. And Imam Hassan alayhi salam said, my brother, on my name I ask you not to take steps against the one who killed me in this way. And so Imam Hussein alayhi salam took no steps against Ja'da. But indeed, after the martyrdom of Imam Hassan alayhi salam, Imam Hussein alayhi salam gave him ghusl and gave him kafan. And after that, Imam Hassan's coffin was carried to the grave of the Holy Prophet. That was the wasiyah of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. According to one report, he only wanted his coffin to visit the grave of the Holy Prophet. But according to the majority of historians, the position was that he made a wasiyah to his brother Hussein, saying, "Oh, my brother Hussein, when I am martyred, see if I can be buried next to my grandfather, the Holy Prophet, because that is exactly where I would like to lie, near my grandfather. But oh Hussein, if there is the slightest opposition to that, then I urge you not to insist on this matter at all, and to take me away from there and bury me next to my grandmother Fatima binti Asad in Baqi." And indeed, to answer the question first, they did not allow Imam Hassan's body to be buried there, and Imam Hassan's body had to be moved away into Baqi, and today he remains buried in Baqi next to his grandmother Fatima binti Asad. Indeed, next to Imam Hassan alayhi salam are the graves in order of the 4th Imam, the 5th Imam, and the 6th Imam alayhimus salam. But as this coffin was being sent, Marwan bin Hakam was the first to make opposition to it. Uthman was buried there, and Marwan bin Hakam objected to Imam Hassan alayhi salam being buried. He said, "Uthman is buried far away. It is Umar and Abu Bakr who are buried there, by the way." If I had a slip of the tongue there, he said Uthman is buried in Baqi, and why should Hassan alayhi salam be buried here? He raised opposition, but before that opposition could take ground, Aisha appeared. She appeared on a mule. Indeed, Ibn Abbas confronts Aisha and says, "Aisha, what is this? One day you appear in Jamal on the camel, here now you appear on the mule." And she turns round and says, "Oh Ibn Abbas, I will not allow Hassan to be buried next to the Holy Prophet." Indeed, it is Aisha who has given us the hadith that Imam Hassan alayhi salam is Sayyidu Shababi Ahlil Jannah. It is Aisha who gave us the hadith of how much Hassan alayhi salam resembled the Holy Prophet. It is for this significant reason that I set out to you all those ahadith that come from Aisha. And yet when the time comes for Imam Hassan alayhi salam to be buried, Aisha does not agree that he should be buried there. Indeed, seeing that Aisha is also opposing this burial, Marwan bin Hakam called archers, and Imam Hussein alayhi salam saw that there were archers with bows and arrows. Arrows were now being flung onto the coffin of Imam Hassan alayhi salam, so that he is not buried there. Imam Hussein alayhi salam immediately raised his hands and said, "Oh, you who call yourselves Muslims, my brother Hassan has made a wasiyah to me that if you people object to this, I should bury him in Baqi, and so I will divert the body of my brother and bury him in Baqi, but stop this barrage of arrows." Indeed, by the time Imam Hussein alayhi salam examines the body of Imam Hassan alayhi salam, according to various ahadith, various numbers, but the minimum number in those ahadith given is that 7 arrows had penetrated in the body of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. Imam Hussein alayhi salam now, instead of taking the body to Baqi, takes the body back to the house. Have you ever heard of a coffin that has been sent for burial being returned to the house so that another coffin is given, so that the body is being re-prepared for burial? And it is after that preparation that Imam Hassan alayhi salam's body is taken to Baqi and he is buried there. But at least Imam Hassan alayhi salam had his brother Hussein alayhi salam to take him back to the house, perhaps give him a fresh ghusl and bring him and bury him in Baqi. What to say of Abbas in Karbala when Imam Hussein alayhi salam is martyred? Abbas had already lost both his hands. It is on this night indeed that Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam passes by the body of Imam Hussain alayhi salam in Karbala, he is so affected. Bibi Zainab alayhi salam moves alongside him and says, Ya Ali, I fear you will lose your life. This is the state in which you are. And Imam Zainul Abidin says, oh my aunt, what does that son live for if his father's body lies in this way and he is not able to bury him? ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. There is a request that Surah Fatiha be recited for Gulshan Bai bint Muhammad Bai Dabawala, Nurbanu Bai Muhammad Bai, Ismail Bai Muhammad Bai, Muhammad Jafar Bai Muhammad Bai, Ramzan Bai Haji Muhammad Bai, Dost Muhammad Haji Ghulam Ali, and all Mu'mineen and Mu'minat. Fatiha.